Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, wake up! Welcome to the after party! Wake up, put your hands up, put them up! It's time that you make your voice heard! Wake up, put your hands up, get them up! Hell yeah!
Yeah, so like I was telling you earlier, me and Mark Hamill were these lizard people in this end-of-the-world alien conspiracy that everyone's been talking about. It's actually about us.
What's Mark Hamill?
What? Luke Skywalker, man.
Oh, dude, I've never seen Star Wars.
Oh, my God.
I know Luke Skywalker. I know Yoda. I know all the names.
What is wrong with you, man?
I know the fuzzy little people.
I know you're not very versed in pop culture, but
Not
really,
at all.
Star Wars?
I've never watched Star Wars, no. All the way through.
Can we? Okay, we should just do the podcast then.
I know. I think I'm a heel now because I've never seen Star Wars.
Unbelievable.
Yo, guys, welcome to Still Real After Party Podcast. I am Zanca, one of your hosts. You can follow me on Instagram at Zanca Comedy. This here is my co-host, Jake.
Say my name again.
Jake.
Thanks. Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen.
He's the best.
Nice, dude. Nice.
My Twitter handle is @ThatTraversKid, and you can follow me there as well. And you can follow the show at StillRealAP on Twitter as well.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Instagram, Still Real to Us, TOUS. So, it's a pretty fucking eventful week. We got
There
a
was
lot
a
of
lot
the
of
shakeup.
shit. Yeah, a lot of shit going on. Good shit, bad shit. Well, not really too much bad shit. Mostly good shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of good shit.
I mean,
thought,
there is one bad thing. Bruno Sammartino passed away today. That's a super bummer. Huge wrestling legend. But this is a happy podcast. Unless we're shitting on the product, it's a happy podcast. So I just wanted to get that out there. Wrestling legend, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
All right, now let's get to the big news.
Wait, I got a good way to switch this around.
Okay.
Because you started off, kind of sad.
I'm a bummer. It's just part of my personality.
Two buddies of mine just got jobs, so
Okay.
I think we should be happy for them.
Doing what?
They're going to be on, I believe it's called Monday Night Raw. It's the longest running episodic.
What? Who are these people?
Oh, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah,
They got jobs again.
Yeah, good pals of ours. Yeah, good friends of the show. I got a job for the weekends as well, so I'm going to be more dejected than usual.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm going back to GameStop to sell people games at overcharged prices.
There you go.
Yeah,
Are you doing it solely for the discount?
Yeah, huh?
I know you. Yeah.
100%.
I've said this before.
The manager knows it, all the employees know it, and if I get fired, I get fired. I don't give a shit.
You were the most Jewish person that's not Jewish that I know.
You ain't wrong. So let's talk about some news. Rusev has been removed from the casket match with The Undertaker.
And he's been put back in.
Wait, what? I thought it was Chris Jericho.
Yeah. You got to keep up with the news, brother. Come on.
Oh.
You gotta
Well, Rusev is back in the casket match with The Undertaker.
Honestly, though, that's how fast that news spread.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it went, he's out, and now he's back in.
The joke is I don't know, but I know.
Yeah, I know that you know that you know.
Little peek behind the curtain. I'm not a fucking dumbass. Okay,
I wouldn't go
I'm
that
not a
far.
complete dumbass.
Yeah, so Rusev's back in. Though.
Yeah, I'm excited for that now.
That'll be cool, man. You know what's funny to me is if it's up in the air. I really don't know who's going to win that.
Rusev is
that
going to
Royal
lose.
Rumble.
They can't... Oh, the Rumble?
The Rumble
Oh,
itself,
no, I have no
yeah.
idea.
Some of the other, I mean, we'll talk about it, I guess, when it's time
I mean,
to.
I thought it was going to be Rusev once he got taken out.
That's what I thought, too. That's why I said now it's
But,
Braun, Brian, one of those two, I would imagine.
I have a pick, but I'll wait till next week when we do our official predictions for a bigger card than WrestleMania next week. So
I know, it's crazy. But there's no women on it, so it's not that big.
that's true. No women's Royal Rumble on this one. But, I mean, they are already outside the ring where they spent most of their time anyway, so it doesn't really make much of a difference.
Are they even allowed to make the trip? That's an honest question. I don't know.
I don't think so. Why would they? I mean, why would they need to be there in general? Right. I'm sure they have better things to do.
I didn't know if they could go and just do little signings or something.
I doubt it.
People. I know.
I mean,
it's an honest question. I have no idea if they're even making.
I don't
the
think so. I haven't really. I haven't done any research on it or anything, but I don't think they can even be there.
I think Vince would want to save on those plane tickets.
Or they'd have to be wearing shawls or whatever.
Right, but I'm not saying they're gonna show up in bikinis. They're gonna be outside.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. There are some of these countries that are fine with that with them being there.
Yeah.
I feel like Saudi Arabia is not one of them.
Yeah, I've never been.
But I haven't either. I definitely haven't been to Saudi Arabia. But from what I know or think I know, that is the case.
You would almost think my grandfather was from one of those places, though, the way he treats some people.
Is he a little racist bastard?
Yeah, well, now he's like got Alzheimer's, so he's even more senile, so it's great.
I have a grandfather that's like that too, but I mean, you got to really think different time period where it was like kind of okay.
Well, dude, I find it funny, so it's not a big deal to me.
Funny?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the...
What are you, Triple H?
Funny.
Find it funny.
I like comedy, and
Yeah.
I just look at it as a funny thing. I mean, I take whatever he says with a grain of salt.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. It is kind of funny, but not like in an offensive way.
Well-
we know what we're talking about. Like we are educated in race and sexuality and anything that's offensive nowadays.
You
Because we
gotta
have
look
to
at
be.
it this way, dude. The guy shits his own pants, so it's like he's not that, intimidating.
And especially
it's all words.
Especially now being internet personalities as we are, we have to be a little more conscious of that kind of stuff as well. For the most part.
Or it's
For the most
it's
part.
natural. I mean, don't be a
That
dick.
too. Yeah, don't be a piece of shit. Yeah.
It's all intent, dude. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk, though. Shakeups, dude. I was excited for this. Were you?
Can we talk about Nikki Bella and John Cena real quick though?
Yeah, if you want.
John Cena is in some hot fucking water with those Bellas. At least one of them, and it's not Nikki.
Those girls better be careful, because Cena will kill them.
He will
bury them.
I feel like their career might be. Well, at least Nikki's career might be over in general.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
they've been working on the Bella thing anyway, so
they've been gone a while. People have kind of not forgot about them, but who cares? And now this. I mean, I feel like she was pushed because of John Cena, which sounds bad, but it's probably true.
I mean, at the time too, her work rate really increased. She got, she got
absolutely.
a lot better. So it
But
wasn't like
I
just
don't want to see them anymore. I mean, so whatever. Who cares?
Dude,
I don't like seeing people's careers go down the shitter. But if it happens, I mean, whatever. Dolph Ziggler's gonna cash in.
They're gonna be working next to you at GameStop.
Oh, okay, that I'll take. I will absolutely take the Bellas next to me at GameStop. That will be some sellers right there.
Yeah, relationships come and go, and it's pro
Mm-hmm.
wrestling. They come and go. I think the big news is that they took up WrestleMania to get engaged just for a year later.
It's not a good story, and bad things keep coming out about it. Like, I guess John Cena's a huge piece of shit, which sucks because I like John Cena, but
Again,
I mean,
you only get one side of the
exactly,
story out of
exactly,
everything,
and
so
they're
it's like, you
gonna
don't
say
know.
they're
Right.
gonna say that he's a piece of shit. But I mean, hell, his career is going fucking swimmingly, and he can probably have any woman he wants right now. So
Yeah.
I don't think he really cares too much.
I don't.
No.
It's not my relationship.
But we're a wrestling podcast that talk about news and stuff. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was in the news, and that was a big thing. So here it is.
All right, now let's get
Superstar
to the fun
Shakeup,
stuff.
the really fun stuff. We'll kind of go in order a little bit.
Sure.
Started with Kurt Angle. He came out and he was talking about God knows what. I don't remember.
Kurt Angle was on his game this week too. I
Yeah?
gotta say, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, we talked about sometimes he gets lost in his promos.
He's usually pretty terrible. Yeah.
It was pretty. A lot of his stuff was actually really funny.
He
too.
did, yeah. I mean, they didn't have him on screen too much, which was good. Especially for the shakeup, usually you expect them to be there
Yeah, it
for
was a little different
while.
this time.
I'm trying to be a little more tranquilo this week because I was talking a little fast last week, and now I just want to chill, But Kurt was he was around, and he was like, "Hey, here's the newest superstar on Monday." Actually, no, he didn't even announce it. Jinder Mahal just comes out and is like, Sunil comes out, and he's just like, "Hey, Jinder's here. Cool. United States champion on Raw."
Yeah, I mean, I was glad with that one. I kind of saw that coming in a way, I guess, because I think Jinder, he's someone who's going to fit great as a heel on Raw.
I hope so. I think he might be lost in the shuffle, though.
Well, you got to remember, too, I mean, everybody that went to Raw is probably going to get lost in the shuffle. This isn't downplaying it, but you have your main eventers in Roman.
Main eventers and a solid mid-card, and
Right,
I don't think Jinder's going to fit, which he could be in the mid-card, no problem, but he's just not. There are higher caliber people that are there, so I don't know what's going to happen.
I respectfully disagree because
That's fine.
he's a heel, and he garners real heel heat. A lot of the guys who
True.
you're talking about, like it's Seth Rollins, they're all baby faces.
Right.
They need to face somebody. He may not go on a tear and win every title there. And
I
become
hope he does.
the 16th Grand Slam champion
I
this
wouldn't
week.
I wouldn't even be mad if
Right.
Jinder
Oh,
won
no,
everything.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, I think he has a better shot than, I think him and Corbin actually, not to, because he's there too.
I mean, we can talk about Corbin
Yeah.
because he just had a video package. He wasn't even there. So
Right.
Corbin's going to Raw as well.
I think those two guys, because they really want to get a lot of heels over there to help
Yeah.
with their baby faces.
It's going to help.
obviously.
I definitely think it'll help the product as a whole. I'm just both of them, Baron as well. I'm worried for the both of them, just career-wise.
I think it's a good call. As long as they both stay heel, I think
I agree with you.
I think that's a good spot to be. 'Cause
I don't think it was better on SmackDown. Like, that's what I'm saying. I need them to be booked correctly.
Yeah, well, Baron wasn't booked all that great on SmackDown.
No.
Jinder had a hell of a
Jinder
run.
did for a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
It felt like forever. I don't know what you're saying. A little bit when Jinder was champ.
A few months, whatever. So this Mahal coming out led to impromptu title match for the U.S. title with Jeff Hardy. This is his first match back or second? No, he had one last week, I think, or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
Jeff's back.
triple threat.
Jeff's back, and
6-man tag. I mean,
that was a decent match. I love watching Jeff wrestle all the time because it looks like he's slowed down a little bit, but for the most part, it looks like he hasn't missed a beat.
It might be like the last 5-6 years, maybe. He's like switched to Swanton to where it used to be he would over rotate a little bit and like to save the guys, obviously, but now he just squishes the fuck out of everybody.
And it scares the shit out of me every time I see him do it because he could just snap his neck immediately.
Oh, he lands on their midsection like flush. Dude.
Oh, absolutely. It's brutal.
I mean, on SmackDown, who was it? Yeah, Shelton Benjamin, dude. They showed it again in slow motion. You see the air leave Shelton Benjamin's body.
Yeah, it's just fun seeing Jeff. It always has been, and I hope it will be until he just can't anymore. Or drugs, maybe.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not that.
I like that. Jeff in the mid card is something. It's like the Miz in the mid card. It's like their main event guys who
on the mid card
who elevate those titles. So it's not a demotion as some people
but
are
they
saying.
could also be pushed up to the mid card and no one would even question it.
Right,
Miz, Miz and Jeff are both, like you said, both the same way.
Yeah. So that was great. I enjoyed the match, and I liked Jeff winning because. Honestly, I didn't exactly see that coming, to be honest with you.
I kind of did, and the reason being, I didn't think they'd want to move Rollins. I know they don't have a problem moving Jeff.
Right.
Which we'll get to, but they did that later on SmackDown on Tuesday. Yeah. So that's what happened. Jeff won, new U.S. title holder, and I love it. Good stuff.
What is next?
Bayley versus Sasha. Which
can we talk about this real quick? Are you surprised neither one of them moved?
Yes,
I am too.
I thought
for sure one at least.
Well, definitely. I thought it was going to be Bayley. I think you said actually we might have agreed on Bayley, but it doesn't really matter. Neither of them moved, which is bizarre. But it makes me think that they're going to go forward with this some way. They had a match. It was a pretty decent match. I actually want to give Sasha Banks a compliment, and this is the first time I'm ever going to do this. She's got really good theme music.
Yeah, that's what you noticed now.
Yeah, I like her theme music a lot. That's about it.
I think I don't know if I said it on last week's podcast, but I might have thought it. I thought both of them were actually going to get moved at one point and go to SmackDown. They would have their rivalry there.
That's possible. It would have been a possibility, but it looks like they're going to move forward. And their match was interrupted by the Riot Squad, the newly acquired Riot Squad, all three of them. And it makes me think that they're kind of going to be forced into a storyline where they have to team up again and go against these three and maybe even find a third for themselves.
Yeah, I think the Riot Squad was a good move. I think they're
me too.
They're going to get what Absolution, the storyline I think Absolution was supposed to get before Paige got injured.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and this is no slight to Absolution, but the Riot Squad is just better. I feel like all their personalities go better together, but they're also different at the same time, and as a unit, they work just better than Absolution ever did, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they're more of the team. They seem... I know that Absolution, they're best friends or whatever, but it just seems like these guys these girls come off on screen as a cohesive unit.
Right, definitely.
They don't dress the same, but they look like they belong together. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're in sync still, but yeah, exactly. They belong together, but they don't look like they should. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a mashup of just people, whereas they kind of tried with Absolution to make them all the same in a way. Even though Mandy Rose kind of kept her gold gimmick and stuff like that, but I just like I said before, it just kind of worked better. And I'm glad they're on Raw because like you said, I think they're going to be used properly.
And I'm looking, believe it or not, forward to what's her name, Ruby Riott, cutting more promos because
she's so good.
Raw's very promo heavy anyway,
I know.
I think she's going to get a lot of time.
Ruby Riott, I remember when she was on SmackDown not too long, but when she started cutting promos on Charlotte, they were great.
Yeah.
And they kept being great. She didn't need the other two to say anything. And she was she's the leader. I mean, there's no actual leader, but you can tell her and Paige were like the leaders of these factions. And I am excited to see what she does in the future as well.
Yeah.
But hopefully they keep them together, even if it's not, say she goes for a singles run or something against Nia, even though that's bananas. But say she does that, but keep them together as a unit for sure.
Oh, yeah, I see that happening. Kind of like a Jinder with his two goons type squad.
Yeah,
thing.
because the other two, unfortunately, would probably be lost in the shuffle without them being in this cohesive unit. So,
which is for now, because I see
Yeah.
them in the future. They both have very bright futures. I think Liv is she's, in my opinion, out of the three of them, the most improved since they debuted.
oh, absolutely improved, yes, but she's still, in my opinion, the weakest as well.
But I also maybe it's just because I'm a sucker and she's a good-looking girl. I see her with the highest ceiling.
Yeah,
in WWE.
and as bad as it sounds, that can get you there.
Right.
I mean, you look at some of the. I mean, it's a lot different now with the women's revolution and stuff like that. But if you look at some of the other, like the divas back when it was that, some of them were just good looking and had no talent. The difference is, Liv is good looking and has talent and will get better.
I see a lot of potential.
She'll
in
get
her
better,
in-ring, yeah,
for sure. So next up, we had Authors of Pain versus Slater and Rhino. I mean, it went on too long. Slater and Rhino should have just got squashed again, and that's not what happened. It actually went longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, I was shocked to see AOP take some actual bumps.
Yeah, I know.
Not in a negative way at all. I was
Right.
I thought for sure they were just going to steamroll them like
Yeah.
Bludgeon Brothers on the Raw brand. You know?
I mean, the only problem I have with it is it's not realistic. I mean, I guess Rhino.
dude, Rhino's a fucking man beast.
Yeah, but he's just large. Like, I don't know. The Authors of Pain should just be able to destroy them. And obviously, wrestling is not realistic.
Well, you don't have kids. See, Heath Slater
Yeah,
has
I don't have
kids,
kids.
and you garner this new like strength that like when your kids are on the line or you
Kid
need to
strength.
make money for them, you'll just do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Slater fucking manned up in that moment.
And it wasn't a bad match either. I like watching Slater and Rhino go still, but they're just it's one of the they're going to be released probably before anything.
They really maybe
Maybe.
they really need to give Heath Slater more mic time.
I know.
Do something. I mean, all members of 3MB
They're
are
all on Raw.
I don't think they're gonna get the band back together, so to speak. But I
No.
definitely think they should have some funny segments where Jinder's walking behind, like
They should have-
backstage or something, just angry, and he
They should
bumps into
just-
Slater,
yeah,
and
they
Slater cuts a promo or like a funny line or something.
They should acknowledge it. Obviously, if they bring it back, that's career suicide for everyone involved. But
or it'll be the biggest fucking thing ever.
maybe, I don't know. The whole universe is weird now, but I don't think they'll do that, especially with the person we're going to talk about a little bit later on. So next up, Miz TV segment. He comes out, he introduces Raw's two newest superstars that you mentioned earlier, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Why are they back? What's going on?
I just thought this whole segment was brilliant.
Oh, it was awesome.
Entertaining. I mean, as soon as they came out too, I was like, Kurt Angle has no idea they're
No,
here. You know?
no.
And then when Angle's music hit, I was like, oh, perfect.
It's like, no, he doesn't know.
The over celebration in the ring too when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens got in the ring, I was like, this
Those
is great.
two are great. Like, as good as their rivalries were, them together is one of the best things going on any product right now because they're obviously they're best friends for real and they just mesh so well, but they're also polar opposites, whereas Zayn is like hyperactive all the time and Kevin Owens just kind of stoic and doesn't want to talk much, but it's so good.
Yeah, honestly, as a tag team, they're great. I mean, their Ring of Honor
yeah.
days, they tore it up. So
Well, do you think that's what they're going to do going forward? They're going to be a tag team, or do you think they'll split them up again and just kind of have them be buddy roles?
again, with the shakeup, they got a lot of heels.
Yeah.
So it's like their tag team division too. SmackDown, in my opinion, made out on wrestling, actual like wrestlers, not so much gimmicks or whatever, but wrestlers. They made out on that. They made out on the women's division, and they made out on the tag team division. Raw slowed down on a lot of those. They didn't get a lot of tag teams. They got Brazango. Like, I'm down with them and everything, but it's
And
like,
they got the Ascension, which was announced later on. Well, it wasn't even announced. It was on like Twitter or something.
Yeah,
and
by the way.
I don't. The tag team division now is
But-
weak. Now it's weak, so
but-
they kind of have to have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens be a tag team because they don't have anyone else.
They did. I mean, they're going to be keeping Ziggler and McIntyre together
Yes.
as well, though. So that's a good, formidable team. But the thing is, it's going to be the same situation like the Bar versus Rollins and whoever his partner was that week for about 8 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just going to keep going through this. Or Usos and New Day. As much as I love those matches,
Right.
the storyline didn't really have much else where to go. That's
Right.
the words I was trying to say.
Hey, you're the one messing up. I haven't messed up.
I'm trying to
yet.
get my words in before you fucking machine gun me
Hey,
out of
listen,
the way.
I haven't been too bad today. I'm tranquilo.
Yes.
All right, so there was a match. There was Mickie James, Ember Moon, whatever. It was just pretty standard match. Decent match, but we don't need to talk about it. Nothing special happened. We'll get to what you just mentioned. Dolph Ziggler comes out, newest addition to Raw. I almost just fucked up there. Newest addition to Raw, Dolph Ziggler. He cuts a promo that's interrupted by Titus Worldwide, and then he says he brought help. And then Drew McIntyre comes up from behind and just headbutts the shit out of the both of them.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
It's going to be funny seeing these two work together.
Absolutely.
HBK Diesel back in the day.
That's
type.
what I saw the
Right.
comparison to as well.
And the thing that I find funny is I'm a Dolph Ziggler fan, but
Me
out
too.
of the two of them, Drew McIntyre has the higher ceiling.
Oh, well, yeah.
100%.
But think about it this way, too. Dolph's been around. If anything, this is kind of like a mentor-y kind of role. I mean, that's how I see it.
Well, the way I see it is they're going to try to give, Ziggler will get some wins out of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel like they're going to be kind of a dominant team for a while. They might have a thing with Authors of Pain, or they'll go against the Woken Warriors for the tag team titles, which they're definitely going to win. So it'll be interesting to see going forward what they do with these two, because it's a great-looking team,
Yeah.
and they're both super talented. So I'm curious-wise, I'm interested.
And Ziggler's going to, he can talk, so it'll be fun to watch those two go at it.
Yeah. Oh, I mentioned the Woken Warriors going to Saudi Arabia to defend those, or to try and win those titles. That's happening. They beat the Revival earlier in the night. Damn it, I did it. Earlier in the night, they beat the Revival. That's that. So Titus Worldwide, that happened. Another Roman and Joe back and forth. That was fine. It is a little confusing given what we know now, but who knows? I don't know what they're going to do going forward with that. Or with Roman. I don't know what they're going to do with him either.
Well, he's going to be winning the title, and then they brought all these heels over, so
That's true.
Raw is going to be a feeder system for Roman until WrestleMania.
That is incredibly true. So there was a backstage segment after this. I think it was after this. It was Ronda Rousey talking to Kurt, and then Natalya shows up.
Babyface Natalya.
Yeah, kind of. She was like tweener. Like, she's borderline tweener. I think she kind of always is. But yeah, she shows up, and apparently they're buddies. I guess they train together a little bit, her and Ronda. And Natalya's on Raw.
And best friends with Ronda for now.
Yeah, for the time being.
I think what that is, it's going to be a good way to. She's probably going to be Ronda's first singles, feud.
You
on
think
the
so?
main roster.
Natalya?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. They'll have a couple tag team matches, I think, and then Natalya will turn on her or something.
It's a possibility, and it makes sense because that's kind of what Natalya does. She's kind of like the Big Show of the women's division.
Well, the big thing here is they did train together, so
Yeah.
Natalya will be able to, not help her through the match,
Oh,
or whatever,
definitely.
but Ronda will be more comfortable working a segment with
And,
her.
and she's a veteran, so she
Right.
could definitely teach Ronda a lot of things as well, in the ring and outside of the ring. So you're probably right. Natty had a match with Sonya Deville, and Ronda made the save after Absolution kicked the shit out of her. So that was pretty much that. There was a backstage segment with Breezango. That they're on Raw now. Cool. I hope they do something with them.
Dude, they got to win
I know.
over the bar.
I know that's great, but that was just setting up the bar's future. So
Or Brazangos. They're a dominant force now.
I doubt it. I would love to believe you, but I know.
You're only as good as your last win. And their last win was over, what?
A four-time tag team
Raw
champion.
Tag champion?
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope they do something. I just don't want them not on TV for any period of time like they were on SmackDown, which was frequent.
Yeah, 3 hours of Raw, dude, and they're gonna need.
Yeah, they have plenty of
They're
time.
gonna have segments,
And they have no tag teams. Well, they had no tag teams. They kind of have some tag teams now, but so that led to the main event, which was set up earlier in the night. It is a bunch of people: Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and a mystery partner. Ooh, versus The Miz Taraj, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Mystery partner. Who was your early guess?
I thought it was just gonna be Big Cass.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was either going to be Big Cass or Big Show.
Yeah.
But Big Cass, I didn't think he was going to come back as a face, so it didn't make sense. It ended up being the glorious one, Bobby Roode, which I think is a great addition to that roster as well.
He's got to turn heel. Because
I
even
agree.
when he came out, I was like Menza on him. I was like, oh, really? That's the big surprise? And that's not a slight to him. It's just, I want more for him. And he works good as a heel. The only reason he came as a babyface is because his song is over. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, I know. And they can do that as a heel. Like,
He was great in NXT as a heel with that song.
I know. It doesn't make any sense that he hasn't been a heel since his call-up. Like, it makes no sense at all. He's always been a great heel. Turn him fucking heel.
He reminds me of like a Mr. Perfect heel too, where he's great at everything, he's in great shape, and you want to hate a guy who looks that good and who's great at everything. You know what I mean? Just put him there. We can still sing his song.
Here's the thing. Are you surprised that no one in the faces side of that main event got moved over?
Yes.
Because I am too.
Yeah.
That was an insane choice. I thought either Balor or Rollins. I mean, it could have been either one. If they didn't move over Jeff, which we talked about already, then Rollins would have been a perfect fit over there. It's
there was
interesting.
Really no, I mean, maybe, but like no big babyface names got moved to SmackDown.
No.
Samoa Joe is like one of the bigger names, and he's not known to WWE fans.
And he's not really
yet.
a babyface either. He's a teeter.
He's a babyface when he fights Roman.
He kind of teeters, yeah.
And anybody else, he's not.
Pretty much. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Other than there was a bunch of ones announced that are like, hey, these people are over there now too.
Yeah, you'll see him throughout the week or whatever, you know.
Chad Gable, the Ascension, which we talked about already. Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley. So if they go forward with that again, I'm going to kill myself. Baron Corbin, we talked about. He had a video package. And then our boy, Mike Kanellis. And I would assume Maria when she comes back.
Well, they didn't say her.
Yeah, but they're not going to keep one on one show and one on the other. I don't even know if she wants to come back. So hopefully they can do something with him. I don't have high hopes, but I want to hope, you know, because he's super talented, and the Power of Love thing was hilarious. So I'm hoping for bigger things for Mike Kanellis.
I think the best thing that could happen to him right now is he needs to get a lot of promo time, because he cuts great promos. And this isn't a slight to Maria or anything, but, you know, she would dominate the mic at first because that's who the WWE fans knew.
He was like a cuck gimmick, too.
Right. So I think now that he's not solo or whatever, because she just had a child,
right.
She's going to be off TV at least for a while, I'd imagine.
Do you think they're going to wait on him until she gets back?
No. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to come out and he's going to have to man the mic. So
right.
I think it's only going to help him because he can get himself over if you give him the stick. So.
I mean, that's what I want, too. I want him to do something. You know what I mean? All he's really done is been in random Rumbles, and he'll probably be in the 50-man. And I don't know. I want to see him succeed.
I'm hoping for a big push out of everybody that got moved for Baron Corbin. I think the guy can be a top heel. I love his entrance. I love his look. He needs to shave his head or something. But
I think it's fine. I think
he needs to get a patch growing up top.
Even with the bald ass head, I mean, he still looks more badass than me or you. So
yeah, I just think I'll speak for yourself, dude.
I mean, he's taller than us. That's for sure.
He's taller than a lot of people on that roster.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode, I never realized how short he was until he was doing the Braun with everybody, and he's the same height as like Balor.
Braun is also towering.
No, I know. I'm saying they were all doing the Braun, and he was the same height as Balor. And when you see Balor go against
Balor's
people, he's
a tiny
always
dude,
looking up.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it for Monday Night Raw. It was an overall pretty good show. I watched the entire thing again because people give me shit for it, so I did it again.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So yeah, SmackDown happened. SmackDown was great.
Yeah,
well, okay. Here's
the
the thing. The show wasn't great. Like, it wasn't too great, but the call-ups were smart, and obviously the Iconics and all them being there is great. And it was more the call-ups that weren't there that really got the buzz going, in my opinion, which I don't get why they weren't there. We'll talk about that a little bit. But it started out with AJ calling out Shinsuke Nakamura because, yeah, I mean, obviously Shinsuke ruined the main event last week. And then instead, he gets Aiden English and Rusev, because why not? Get the easy pop for Rusev and then have him have a match that was then interrupted by Aiden English. What do you think?
By Aiden English?
What? Yeah, it was.
The match was interrupted by Shinsuke.
No, it wasn't.
I'm thinking
the first
of the main
one.
event.
The first one.
I hate it when they do that.
I know,
because it's like, obviously.
The first one. Well, they kind of did that in both shows.
Yeah, I know.
They had something that started it and then something that ended it that were the same, basically. Yeah. But yeah, no, the first match, Rusev was putting the calf crusher, and
that
Aiden
wasn't
English.
even. It was 2 seconds long. That's why I didn't even think of it.
Right, it happened, believe it or not. And Aiden English broke it up, and that led to Daniel Bryan coming out to make the save on AJ, and that led to a tag team main event, which is, in my opinion, a dream match because Rusev and those two are great. I mean, Aiden English is good too, but...
Dude, I thought for sure Rusev was tapping within 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, well, he kind of almost did. I mean, that would have been a bummer. That would have sucked.
I was waiting to see your, tweet or whatever. I knew you were going to
I didn't watch it until, later,
yeah,
when it was already over, so I could fast forward through the commercials. That's how I get by it. And it was, yeah, I thought he was going to lose too. I was not happy.
Dude, you know what's still weird for me is seeing Daniel Bryan every week.
Seeing Daniel Bryan wrestle and do things, yeah, it's bizarre. It's so
bizarre.
Weird, but I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I missed it. It was great.
He wrestles more than Brock and Roman the last couple of weeks.
He's wrestled more in his career than Brock, I think, probably.
Hey, man, Brock's got a lot of business up in Canada where I think
Brock needs to go back to the UFC.
He's going.
Goodbye. See ya.
His deal is actually pretty cool, man. WWE,
I don't know much about it.
WWE
Tell me.
just owns the rights to his his image, as does UFC. So they're splitting with him. So anytime you see Brock, they're paying him for that appearance. So he can do both. He can go to UFC. He can come to WWE.
Great.
Which is why they're going to put the title on Roman, I believe, next time.
Hope so. Here's the thing.
I don't. How cool would it be if he goes to UFC and he brings the Universal strap down the walkway with him?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. But then he has to drop it to someone else very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Because he needs to not have that belt. I'm sick of belts not being on the show every week. I
mean, I would bet your anal virginity that Roman's taking it at the fucking Royal Rumble coming up.
Do you know...
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm not betting mine, all right?
All right, fair enough.
That way.
Fair, and the way you worded it sounded like Roman was taking my anal virginity, and I do not want that.
I don't know. You talk pretty highly of the guy.
I do like Roman. I do. But not that much.
Dude, it's gotten to the point, though, where Brock's held the title for so long, and Roman's had so many chances. Do you not think that somebody else should come up?
Yes,
I mean, obviously Roman's probably winning it at the thing.
And here's the thing. I do believe someone else should get a chance.
For that big
pop.
But
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I've accepted that. And now
it should be Braun.
I am a Roman mark for life.
Oh, I like Roman. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's had so many tri-fails that it's like, all right, enough.
Yeah, but forget about those. Those didn't happen. Like that. It's like that wasn't even there. This is a new day. They're in Saudi Arabia. He might get a pop. We'll see. Whatever. It's happening. It's happening again. And I hope he wins this time just to kind of get it over with.
Are they allowed to pop over there?
Probably.
Oh, I didn't know.
As long as there's no like tits or anything.
I got some weird rules. I didn't know.
Yeah, just no vaginas allowed. None at all.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. That's not good.
Yeah, so then we got the quick match that was interrupted. Got that. Next page on the notes. Let's go.
What do you got?
I have no clue, man. I kind of forgot about SmackDown for the most part. Oh, Shelton Benjamin came out, and he's a heel again.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
He basically was running down Chad Gable after he's on his Twitter account sent out a tweet.
It was hacked, dude.
Yeah. His Twitter account sent out a really nice tweet about Chad Gable, and then he was like, "Nah, hacked. I didn't say that shit. He's a piece of garbage."
I'm glad they split them up because I like both of them as singles. And I actually think Gable's probably going to be teaming up American Alpha again.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Also,
But
Jason Jordan is he is alive. So.
Yeah. Shelton Benjamin though is a top-notch performer, and I'm just excited to see him more in that IC run or whatever he's going to be doing.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So he basically what he did was come down and say, "I want some big competition." So I was like, "Oh, Big Cass coming back right now."
I said the same thing.
Yeah, because he said big. Oh, cool. Or Big Show again, and one of those big guys. And then no, we get Randall Orton.
Yeah, it's like just like, hey, Randy, go out on TV for 2 seconds. Don't do anything.
We're already paying you. Just go. We need you. So I was like,
that was awkward, right?
It was weird. I was like, oh, we're getting Randy Orton. Great. It's going to be a super shitty match with Randy Orton. But then Jeff Hardy's music hits, and I am suddenly excited, and Randall Orton is not.
See, the whole time, though, I'm thinking in my head, oh, he's just going to RKO both of them out of nowhere. So I wasn't even able to really enjoy the match the whole time.
He just kind of went away.
Yeah, but he always goes away, and then he pops up from under the ring or through the crowd and just RKO out of nowhere.
That's true. I was just surprised that we were getting Jeff Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin in 2018.
I know. And it was
how bizarre is that? It was great.
1993. Yeah. Whatever the
well,
first
I don't know
one
about
was.
that. But it was fun. Yeah, it was a great match. I hope to see these two maybe feud for that U.S. title, something like that. Give Shelton a prominent spot on the card and do something, you know, like make storylines happen, you know. So next up, Hardy won, obviously. There's no reason for Shelton to win that, I guess.
Not yet.
No, not yet. I think he might in the feud. Who knows? But it's going to be an interesting build-up for sure. So Jey Uso versus Luke Harper. What do you think of this whole thing? The whole sequence as a because it was kind of a match.
Yeah, it was what it was. It's what exactly
more
I thought.
More the ending.
Yeah, it was weird.
Basically, what happened is they
Luke
Harper
what's
won.
her name coming out?
Yeah, Luke Harper won, and then they just started destroying the Usos like they've been doing. And then I think Jimmy was about to get his head smashed on the stairs with one of the hammers, and his wife comes down, Naomi, and like begs the Bludgeon Brothers to not do it. And they don't.
It's funny because I know I couldn't think of her name because I watched so much fucking of the other TV shows.
I said Bludgeon Brothers twice now.
You did
perfectly.
I was gonna call her Trinity. I'm like, wait, that's not her stage.
Well, that's her real name.
I know, but I don't want to be one of those people.
Well,
I gotta stop watching fucking Total Divas.
Well, one of them
screwing me up.
I think it was either Luke Harper or Eric Rowan. I don't remember. Called her Trin on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, okay. So they didn't kill Jimmy Uso, but they're trying to get that cheap heat. I like that.
So, like, I love Naomi 100.
She's
like,
great.
I think she's awesome, but part of me was really hoping she was going to take a bump of some sort. Like, I don't know why. It was just, I was harping back to Attitude Era, and I was like, oh, man, they're going to bludgeon this bitch. Like, it's going to be bad.
It would have been, no, that would have been, it would have made the segment better.
Right.
Like, there was no point to it, in my opinion. I feel like it might lead to something next week, but I don't know what.
Here's my thinking, is I was hoping that she was going to take some sort of a bump, maybe jump up and try to, Hurricane Rana arm and then just powerbomb her on the outside or something like that. Just because it's going to make their feud that much more intense.
Exactly.
Because his wife,
attacked his wife,
right,
yeah.
Right.
I want to see it build. Like, I want to see more to it, and that's why I agree with you. I wanted something to happen.
Well, that, and I also didn't like that it showed that these guys have some, like, humility. Like, they're supposed to be these fucking guys that are, like,
that's why I wanted to get your opinion on it, because
Right.
that's kind of how I felt, too. I mean, fine, they're human beings still, but they're supposed to be evil human beings with giant hammers.
Right.
They should have knocked the shit out of him anyway. That would have been perfect to me.
Oh, yeah, 100. Like, they should have ran and then she moved out of the way or something. Like, it could have been an easier way to do it, yeah.
Or even teased it. Like, they didn't even do that. They just picked up their title and went away. It's the subtle things that you can change that'll make things just brilliant.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully next week we get more of this and they actually
That would have been a
destroy
good way of writing Naomi out of the greatest Royal Rumble ever.
She's not in it anyway.
No, I know, but if like WWE had like they demolish all the women, the Bludgeon Brothers, they couldn't make the trip.
Oh wow, that'd be an interesting storyline, I guess. Just like they couldn't go because the Bludgeon Brothers just killed them all. They're all dead now. Until next week, they'll be fine. Oh my god, that'd be wild. Okay, so next SmackDown swap is Sin Cara, who I thought was on SmackDown anyway.
Yeah, I did
but
too.
was a Raw superstar. I looked up.
Was he?
Yep. So he's there now. Didn't get an entrance or anything. And
So
his
he's right back to his spot.
Yeah, he's back to where he belongs,
a shame, 'cause I like him.
jobbing to large men called Samoa Joe, who is a weird choice, but
It shocked
great.
me. It
too.
shocked me. I wasn't expecting Joe to move over, especially with the Roman thing
That's
going
exactly why I figured they would go forward. But with the co-branded pay-per-views now, it kind of makes sense still. You know what I mean?
It does and it doesn't. It's like you have the separation for a reason.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? If they're all just going to be coming together at every pay-per-view.
Just end the split.
This obviously is backlash. It's always after the draft or whatever that it's a little screwy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could still have the U.S. title and IC title move back to, swap brands again.
Yeah,
So
which
it's
they
like-
won't. But I don't think. But it just kind of
They have to, man. They have to get the IC title over to Miz. He's so close to breaking their record.
I know.
And him and Daniel Bryan feuding.
Well, here's the thing. By the end of his career, he will have that record. I have
Right.
no doubt in my mind. I don't know when it'll happen, but I have no doubt in my mind he'll have it.
I just feel it would be hilarious if he either A, wins it off of Daniel Bryan, or B, Daniel Bryan, dethrones him like 2 days before the fucking thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Joe is in a match for the IC title, isn't he?
Yeah, they're all in match. No, yes.
Yeah, he is,
That's the
because
thing.
he
Right,
said,
right,
I'm
right.
going to take the Intercontinental
And then
title
Backlash,
and
right.
then rip the Universal title off Roman. And I was like, you're in a match for that? I don't remember that ever being announced or anything.
That's the thing, is there's a lot of matches that are going to be on that thing that you wish was on WrestleMania.
Yeah, it might be better. I'm going to try and watch it,
Casket
but
matches, ladder matches, rumbles.
I'm going to try and watch it, but I think it's on at a weird time.
Yeah, I think it's 12 Eastern for us.
Oh, yeah, so I'll watch it later.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Roman's going to win the Universal title after all these years at 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. What a main event. Yeah. So obviously Joe won that match.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason for Sin Cara. He got a little bit of offense in, but
Mm-hmm.
it should have absolutely been a squash match. Poor Sin Cara. He used to be like big.
Yeah.
He used to matter.
Yeah, until he botched his entrance a few times and, changed
Changed
actual
people.
humans.
Yeah. So next up we had the Melibration. This was interesting.
I didn't like it.
I didn't either.
I hate the Valley Girl thing.
I do too.
And I can only take so much of it. I should say that. It was too long.
I hate to agree with you because you know how much of a Carmella guy I am.
I am as well. 100% am.
It was too much.
You remember last week when I said I really liked the Iconics debut because they cut out a lot of the girl, thing? She did all of it.
I know. It's like they took both of them
Right.
and then put it in
Right,
Carmella.
right.
And I
Capiche?
yeah. Well, that was fine. Like when
Yeah,
she
I
was
like
doing
that,
all the
yeah.
like the Staten Island stuff and whatever, fine. But now she's a straight up like California Valley girl, and it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I still like Carmella. I have hope for. I think it's going to be a short title run though. I think she might even lose it at Backlash when she's going to defend it, which sucks.
You don't see her just winning every.
Well, she could cheat to win.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Iconic could come out and help her out a few times. You know
that
what I mean?
could be the case, and if they go that route, that means Charlotte will be out of the title picture, and hopefully the Iconics will be in it. You know what I mean? As I want them to win that title as a single, like a duo, and like kind of freebird it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that would be amazing. But I don't know. I don't see what they're doing going forward. If no matter who wins that title, I don't see what they're gonna do.
Who?
Anyone. Like the only storyline that makes sense is have the Iconics feud with one of either Charlotte or Carmella, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, or Asuka, you mean?
No. Well, Asuka, Asuka's there now too.
I don't think Carmella's gonna, and she's a heel, so.
Well, I'm talking with Carmella. If she wins it at Backlash, have someone take it off her. I don't know who, but I don't know. It's just a bizarre scenario right now.
They have a lot of female talent over there on SmackDown. A lot.
They still do.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, some of the,
and huge talent.
Right.
I swore someone like Becky Lynch and or Charlotte was going over to Raw. But I don't know. It's too crowded, which sounds weird because you look at the Raw women's division and it's kind of just Nia and Alexa right now.
They could
maybe bring Alexa over and swap someone else over. Yeah, I don't. There's something.
They could bring
missing.
up tag titles. You never know.
Which I want.
They've thrown it around.
Now that the Iconics are there, I think it'll happen. I just don't know when. Have that be like a co-branded title too, kind of like one of those deals. Because obviously we talked about the pay-per-views. Have it be co-branded and have teams on each side just competing every week. That'd be fine. You got a lot of teams.
You got Absolution. They could do, they
Absolution, Riot Squad, Iconics, and you can form teams. Becky Lynch and Charlotte, Asuka and God knows who.
Shinsuke.
Yeah, sure. That wouldn't make any sense, but sure. They can win the regular tag titles, I bet.
I bet they could.
That'd be rad. But yeah, I mean, the Iconics cut a hell of a promo again.
I laughed.
I actually laughed out loud because they are so good.
If I closed my eyes, it actually thought it was Ric Flair or Charlotte Flair.
They're just so charming and they're so good. And we haven't really. I mean, we saw Billie Kay wrestle a little bit, but it's against Charlotte, who's not hard to wrestle against, but it's hard to, I feel like, show off against her because it's gonna be a good match no matter what because Charlotte's in it. I want to see them wrestle more, but obviously it's only been 2 weeks, so.
Oh yeah, give it time.
Yeah, we give it time, and people are gonna see that they're not just a couple, like a comedy duo. People are gonna see the true talent there.
Yeah, well, Peyton, 100%, she can go in the ring. Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing, I love Peyton. Peyton's my favorite one out of the two. If I had to pick, love them both, but Billie Kay actually might be better at the comedy stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking in ring.
Oh, for sure, yeah, Peyton Royce is better.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
I'm kind of talking all over the place, but.
Oh, 100%, dude. She's the one that did that. If I close my eyes, and that had me laughing, dude.
Yeah, so those two together, perfect, in my opinion. They came up at the right time. They've been in NXT for, 3 years, almost to the dot, like to the day. And they're so ready, and I'm excited to see what they do with them going forward as well.
You shocked No Way Jose is still on Raw?
I'm shocked No Way Jose still has, like, a career because he's just Adam Rose.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I did like his little segment with Jinder, but it made no sense. It didn't have to happen. It was just like, hey, fuck you, Jinder. We're going to play music and have you not come in the party. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So, Becky Lynch came out to make the save after the Iconics were kicking the shit out of Charlotte. That's fine.
She's the only person I'm upset didn't really move. It was Becky Lynch.
Well, yeah, because she's not doing anything on SmackDown. It sucks.
And I feel like they could really revamp her on Raw. Raw needs more talent over there. They really do. They have the same old. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So this led to a brawl between the four of them. Carmella kind of, I don't know where she went. She just kind of went away. And then Asuka comes out and makes the save, who's officially on SmackDown now, which was kind of in question after Mania because she's been gone and no one really knew. She was kind of in limbo, Mm-hmm. So she's on SmackDown. I feel like that's a great addition, even though she was kind of already there. But maybe we'll actually get a real build-up for
I'm glad
something.
It's not confusing anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad there's
closure.
There's
I can't
closure.
wait to get away from Backlash now. Like, once this is all done and everything's set, I'm going to be happier.
Yeah, things will start forming after Backlash. I don't know what's after Backlash, but things will come together and we'll actually get real storylines, I'm hoping. Mm-hmm. And I think SmackDown is looking like a brighter future now.
They just need Road Dogg to fucking write a good show, which he has trouble doing. They have all the talent.
Yeah. This was pretty much it. There was a backstage segment, I don't remember, earlier in the night between Daniel Bryan. He was doing an interview with Renee, and she just kind of looks terrified. And then he turns around and there's just chest in his face because he's a tiny little man.
Yeah.
And he looks up and it's finally Big Cass.
Cass
He's
is
back.
there.
And he just called him little and went away.
Yeah, he really shouldn't talk.
I agree. But I mean,
His voice isn't as big as him.
No,
like, I don't know how to explain it.
I'm a huge Big Cass guy, but having Enzo with him when he did was the perfect combination.
Yes.
Because Enzo could cut a promo like almost no one else, and Cass just destroyed people. So this leads to the main event, which is D-Bry. We talked about it. D-Bry and AJ versus Rusev Day? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Great. So it was a fine match for when it lasted, and it ended the exact same way things have been ending the last 3 weeks now. Shinsuke just fucking punches AJ Styles in the dick. Like, I get it. That it's a heel thing to do.
It's the knock nut shot. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are down on it. I think it's funny as fuck. I hope it goes on for like 3 more weeks. And then one time, AJ's wearing a cup and Shinsuke hurts his arm or something. You know what I mean?
If they kind of play it off like a comedy thing, sure. But they don't. It's not... I mean, I guess they kind of do. Look at Shinsuke's face every time he does it. But,
it's great. I love it. It's nothing more either. Like, it's not like after he does it, then he demolishes. It's just fucking hit him in the dick and run.
Yeah. I guess now thinking about it, it's perfect for this podcast too.
He's
just
getting
dick
under
jokes.
his skin. It's great, dude.
I just want to see something different, I guess. Some kind of different interaction.
I don't.
Okay,
See,
that's fair.
But it's like a Family Guy joke, dude. It's just going to keep happening where you'll be like, all right, that's enough. And then it's going to keep happening. You're like, all right, it's funny again. You know what I mean?
That's probably, I mean, it's been, like 3 weeks it's happened now. First time I was like, oh, okay. Second time I was like, oh, that's interesting that he did that again. And now this time I'm like, whatever.
I really can't wait for the promo where AJ's like, dude, stop hitting me in the fucking nuts, man. Like,
I do want AJ to address it because I don't think he really even has yet. Basically, the only reason he did it this time is obviously to stop AJ Styles from reproducing any further and to let Big Cass kind of get in the ring without anybody noticing and boot the shit out of Daniel Bryan's head.
Yeah.
And then stood tall at the end of the show. Cool.
To absolutely no applause.
Absolutely
or no
not.
Booze.
Which sucks.
I'm telling you, guy, Big Cass he's vanilla.
I don't get it, though. I like Big Cass. I don't know.
Some people do. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
That's fair. But you like people I don't like.
I see him good in a tag team of some sort. Or he would have been great with Ziggler.
Well, I think he's going to be in a tag team. Well, not really a tag team.
They
but
should have swapped McIntyre and Big Cass in those roles.
Yeah, that could have worked. But I like McIntyre and Ziggler together. I feel like the dynamic, and both of them can talk. So I feel like that'll be even better. Whereas Big Cass can't and Ziggler can, like that kind of thing. I'm excited to see what they do with Big Cass, whether there's a reaction or not, because hopefully I'll enjoy it. You know, I just kind of have a little hope, but I know better. So who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do going forward?
It could happen. I'm not down on the guy. Like I said, I just feel like I don't know if he's a main event single guy. I know he's big and huge or whatever, but
they want him to be, and he's just not. I agree with that. But I'm happy to see that they're at least giving him the chance. He never really had to do that.
He could prove me completely wrong, and I'll admit it. Yeah. I just don't see it right now, I guess.
Right, and that's understandable. I mean, I think that was the plan before he got injured. Right. Have him do his thing with Enzo, have him win, and then kind of have him be a main event guy. And it seems like they're throwing him right in the mix with Shinsuke by his side, it looks like, too. Maybe, yeah.
I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and obviously Cass going off on their own.
There's their own separate things. And
then Shinsuke versus AJ's nuts is the other feud.
Next week, we'll have an interaction between the four of them, more than likely. And then I feel like they'll kind of split off their own way and do whatever. That's going to be a weird feud, though. Not Shinsuke. Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. Because obviously the size difference. It'll be interesting to see how they work together.
Yeah, I think Daniel Bryan can go with anybody.
Oh, sure.
I mean, his match with Batista.
I'm not worried about it.
Right. I'm actually more worried about Big Cass's first fuse against Daniel Bryan.
Well, yeah, because they're going to bury him.
Well, no, not that. I'm just saying it's his first match back in a while in front of everybody, and he's going against Daniel Bryan. If this is, you have to look good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got to show up. I would have preferred maybe not so much squash matches, but if he came back and just demolished like
Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or even if he did answer Shelton Benjamin's thing and not so much baby-faced it or whatever. Like,
just kind of tweenered it.
But somebody in that mid-card type role.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like guys
It would have been better. I don't think he should have been immediately thrown into the main event scene like he's going to be, it seems. But I'm excited to see if he can do it, if he can handle it, you know?
because he hasn't had a long-standing singles feud with some of these guys ever, really.
No,
you
I
know, so if he was,
he's been gone a long time.
and it's not just I'm worried about a Daniel Bryan getting botched and hurting his neck thing. It's more like I would say the same thing if they threw Big Cass right against AJ. It's
Right.
like you got to bring it first. You know what I'm saying?
And even when he came up, he's not the greatest wrestler.
Yeah.
So he needs a little more polish. But I feel like Daniel Bryan is a good person to work with on that too. But we'll see. I mean, it's a work in progress with him.
Well, that's
I
the one
think.
thing I want to address too is when people are like, he had a great match when he was facing for the Universal title the first time, but that was like a fatal
was fatal
five-way,
four-way,
four-way, whatever it was. Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, he's
he's gonna
fine.
have a good singles match with people. That's all. I'm
Right.
just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he definitely has the potential, for sure. It just needs to be executed properly, and I hope it will.
They just got to book him safe. That's all. Because he has the ability to just turn any kind of booze into just people going to take a piss.
They don't care. Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
sucks.
saying. Like, I don't think he gets
they're-
that kind of heat where it's like good heat.
Yeah,
It's the X-Pac heat.
but yeah, I mean, it was. Oh, here's another thing that bothered me, and this is about the women's match before. The crowd. Mm-hmm. Did you catch any of that?
Not really, sorry.
It's fine. They were chanting like Undertaker and like CM Punk,
Which
like
match was it?
Iconics or
Charlotte.
Billy Kay and Charlotte,
Yeah, okay.
which was a good match, and they just shit all over it. I don't know why.
I didn't hear the crowd chants, yeah.
Yeah, it was just bizarre to me, and I hate because it was fine. It was a good match. I hate seeing crowds take over stuff like that and ruin it. You know,
It's going to happen more and more.
I know, but geez, like, be respectful to the people in the ring. You paid to go see these people perform, and then you're just being an asshole.
I could see if it was a boring...
It wasn't,
Yeah,
though.
it was quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't long enough time. Maybe there was something beforehand. They showed Rusev versus Taker at the thing, and those people just had Undertaker in their mind.
Maybe, I don't know, but there was another thing they chanted. I don't
Or
remember what it was.
You
but-
also don't know, like... I'm just saying, I mean, you do know. When you go there, people dress up as these people, and then they have their moment in the crowd where if
Yeah.
they do something stupid, like if, say, someone dressed up as The Undertaker stood up and did the
Sure,
fucking knee thing.
it could have been, but it didn't seem like it was directed that way.
No, I know.
It
I'm
seemed
trying
like
to
it
make
was
an excuse for
I
the
know.
crowd.
It was direct. It seemed like it was directed at the performers, and I don't get it because Charlotte is the best women's wrestler out there, and Billy Kay and
I'll
Peyton
say of all time.
probably. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough to say without because we don't know what's coming, you know. But with Billy Kay, she's great too, and Peyton Royce is great. She wasn't wrestling, but she was there. I don't know. It's just I don't like crowds hijacking stuff like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So let's talk about this was earlier in the night. Let's talk about my favorite segment of the night. It was with the New Day,
yeah, this was good, actually.
and then
yeah.
R-Truth. They come up on R-Truth, who is a call over
I
from
wrote it
Raw.
down. I forgot it, dude. Big E's line or whatever when Ty Dillinger goes like at the very end. I mean, I just gotta skip to this because I literally LOL'd. Ty Dillinger says something like, "Is he
You
gonna
say
be all
LOL.
right?" And Big E, you just hear, "No, something ain't right in his head."
Yeah.
Like, and that's how they cut the commercial. I was like, dude, that is hilarious.
Like, if you're gonna put Ty Dillinger and stuff like that all the time, great. That's perfect. I get it. He's getting a paycheck every week, so good for him. But I like seeing him on TV.
And I miss Truth, man.
I know. R-Truth is always. He was like, "We're on Monday Night Raw."
Yeah, I'll see y'all
Everyone's like,
tomorrow.
what? It was just if you're gonna put again with Truth too. If you're gonna put him in a segment like that, perfect, personnel.
yeah.
Like New Day and Ty and him did like a handshake that was great, perfect. That's the best work he's put on so far. And I don't know. It was
I liked it too.
It was just fun.
Agree. It was a fun segment.
Which
Dude, that brings me.
sure.
Big E's got to turn on Kofi and
No,
Xavier.
stop. They can't. No,
Well, listen,
no.
They're not. They're nowhere near the titles now.
I don't care. They can't do it.
They have not. They are still selling a shitload of merch.
They can't do it.
Dude,
Like,
I just want to see a Big E title run. That's
I-
all I want.
yeah, I want to see an all three of them title run though.
Yeah, but that'll never happen.
I don't know.
yeah,
Who
I do.
knows?
It won't.
It could though. Like, think about how huge they are still. Like they still, like you said, they still sell a ton of merch. I think they're one or two or three or something in merch. Have them win a main title as a unit, and that would be huge. Even if it's like U.S. title or IC title, something like that, that would be amazing. I don't think anyone's ever done that, but I don't fucking know. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe.
Yeah, I want to see them advance. There's gonna be something. I still love New Day. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I mean, I'm not mad that they're still together.
My biggest problem with that is I don't want to see any of them fail. and at least one of them would.
No, they're all so good in the ring, man. It just doesn't
agree
matter.
with you, but writing-wise and booking-wise, like, one of them would fail.
Woods and fucking Kofi tag team, dude. They can't fail.
I don't know.
And those two guys are so athletic, dude. They'd actually be a really fun, like, rockers type tag
but
team.
think about where they all were when they were singles competitors before this.
It's a different time, dude.
Is it though?
Yeah, 'cause
if anything,
before-
it's worse because there's more talent.
No, it's better because
I don't know.
before they were never over.
Yeah.
Now they're the most over tag team in forever. You know what I'm saying? So now they have that behind them. They can't get lost in the shuffle like that.
I have to disagree, but we, again, if that ever happens, we'll see. I mean, it's just one of those kind of deals, you know. So let's talk about some of the ones that were announced but didn't show up for God knows what reason.
They might have been on a plane over to fucking anywhere.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
To Europe.
Sanity was my... I mean, there's a couple good ones. Sanity was my personal favorite, but here's my biggest problem. There's no Nikki Cross. It didn't look like it. What are they going to do with Nikki Cross in NXT? She going to go against Shayna Baszler and then come up or something? Like, what's going on? Why do you think they chose to go that route?
I can't tell you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would, for one thing, it would really separate them from all the other 3-man type duos.
Well, exactly.
Or teams.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have a female, like female Paul Ellering voice type deal, but she can go in the ring.
Oh, definitely.
But
it just seemed like a bizarre choice.
Yeah.
With them, they've always been a unit. Like, they've always been together. And then maybe she'll just show up. I don't know. Like, they didn't debut or anything. It was just like an announcement.
Could show up as Sister Abigail on Raw. You never know.
Yeah.
Down the line. They could be saving her for something bigger. You don't know.
I hope so.
Right.
I mean, I like Nikki Cross. I like Sanity. But sometimes when you break things up like that, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think it will in this case.
I think they're going to be feuding with New Day to start. So, yeah.
It would make sense.
Yeah,
I mean, it would make plenty of sense. But still, even having Nikki Cross there would be like an added factor. And like I said, she could come out on SmackDown. We don't even know yet.
Right.
But she wasn't in the announcement. So, and then the other huge one.
The biggest one.
The biggest one.
Yeah, 100% agree.
And I called this one.
Yeah.
Andrade Cien Almas.
100%.
And Zelina Vega, obviously, because she's just there.
No, she's good, man.
She
is
good.
needs her.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
she talks and just her moves in the ring. She reminds me of like Lita, Matt Hardy back in the day, you know?
I mean, Cien Almas can cut a promo himself, but having a mouthpiece is even better for him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do coming up, but I am super excited to see. And
There's a lot of people I want to see him face.
I know.
He has great matches.
Him and Daniel Bryan. Him and AJ Styles. Him and literally anyone on the roster. It'll be a great match.
Him and Benjamin will be a dope match, dude.
And, well, we might see that. I mean, you never know if Benjamin wins the U.S. title or something. Him and Jeff.
Right,
maybe that's what he'll do. There's so many possibilities for Cien Almas on SmackDown, and I'm excited for him to hopefully debut next week.
Do you see him, just, foreshadow, do you see him ever getting the main titles? Either one? You do? Yeah.
At least once. At least. I don't know if it'll be a huge thing, but these NXT stars that are getting called up now, I feel like this is obviously there's been great people. Finn Balor, AJ was never there. Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke, like all them.
Kevin Owens, Sami
Zayn, of course.
Kevin Owens was there for like 3 months.
I know.
He ran roughshod through the whole division.
But I feel like for some reason, right now in NXT, it's like a golden age for talent. Cien Almas is great. Sanity coming up, they're great. I feel like there's no bad people in NXT. No one's really fizzled out, and everyone is going to have huge careers, I think.
Yeah, because, I say Triple H, he literally signed all of the best indie talent. Like, that's why it's all good. Yeah.
Which is smart.
No, I'm saying, though, that's why they came in over. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see all of this going forward. The Superstar Shakeup was wild this year.
Yeah, I really feel like SmackDown made out in the end.
SmackDown was the winner. They were the winners here. If you look at that roster, it may be smaller, but look at the names. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, now Cien Almas. Like, there's so many people over there that are insane. You take Daniel Bryan out of that, it's a different story, in my opinion. But him on SmackDown is a huge draw, especially with The Miz going over there as well. So it's going to be interesting. I am so excited we're finally getting that feud after fucking God knows how long.
Yeah, it needs a button up, and it needs to. I'm really hoping they just string it out till SummerSlam, and that's where you get a big payoff.
Yeah.
Whereas Miz can just keep ducking him. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way, like he did this week.
Yeah.
Like, Miz should definitely do some skeevy shit where he's like, I can't be here. My daughter needs me. She's sick this week.
He's a great, like, he's always kind of been a great chicken shit heel.
Right.
Just because that's what he's good at. That's what his character is good at. And the daughter thing, like, the timing could not have been more perfect because he got sent over to SmackDown. And,
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
This reminds me. I didn't
Sure.
mean to pull you and cut you off.
no, go ahead. Hey.
What is going to happen to the Mr. on Raw?
Oh, they're going back to catering. And, like,
I know, dude. As soon as they I was like,
it
no.
sucks. I know. When they didn't send them over, I was like, why would you do that to them? Like, that's so
I just
bad.
thought of that. Yeah, I was so bummed for those dudes.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, oh, well, I even wrote it down, I think. I was like, Axel and Bo back to catering. I was like, oh, no, maybe they'll do
It
something.
is a light tag team division over there. You never know, man.
That's true. I mean,
Them
who
and
knows?
Breezango would be hilarious because they dress like assholes. So,
Yeah.
like, Breezango can get them.
They absolutely could have something, but I don't see it being a positive thing
Yeah.
for them. They won't go over in anything. If anything, it'd be Breezango going over in that feud.
Bo was an NXT champ. Curtis Axel was the IC champ as a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think where they've gone.
I know, and I love them both.
I
They're
do
both
too.
great.
I do too.
Like, personalities are huge, and they're great wrestlers, the both of them. And Curtis Axel's the longest reigning Royal Rumble survivor. So I'm bummed. I don't know. It's not going to be great. Maybe they'll do something with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going forward, which will keep them in relevance for a little while. But at the end of the day, it's going to be not good.
I hope they pull some shenanigans where they're trying to get fired so they can get hired over there.
Over SmackDown.
You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe. I'm saying bad, not good, not
They
good
should
things.
do something funny too, where they're in like the production truck or something, like for their main event. Like Roman comes out and they put like Seth Rollins' name bar underneath or something. Then Vince is freaking out. What's going on?
So they're not kayfabe trying to get fired. They're real trying to get fired.
No, I meant kayfabe. I shouldn't have said Vince. I should have said Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That would make more sense. Vince
What's happening in
Vince
that?
would never be on TV for Curtis Axel or Bo Dallas ever.
Oh man,
Not even once.
I've been shocked that he was on TV for Kevin Owens.
I'm not. I feel like he might like Kevin Owens.
Oh, now I'm saying though, leading into it, everyone was like, he's never gonna like Kevin Owens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
He let him bloody him up.
Yeah, he did. That was wild. But I mean, that's pretty much it for that crazy ass shakeup.
Yeah, it was a good. I mean, I enjoyed it anyway. I didn't feel.
It was fun.
I didn't feel like I was upset that I was watching.
It was fun enough for me to watch it again, and not be completely miserable like I normally am.
I just can't wait to stop being confused about what matches are happening at the Greatest Royal Rumble and then Backlash and then all these things that are
You
happening.
mean the things
so
that are a
close.
week apart? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's gonna be great.
Well, I just wish they would just set up the Greatest Royal Rumble of all time thing and then set up Backlash that Monday after.
Yeah, but they won't, and we're gonna be confused up until both of them happen.
Again, I'm confused because I'm a moron, so it's
Well,
like I might be in the minority
yeah.
here, but
No,
I just wish
no,
there
I'm
was...
a little confused too. So if that says anything about us, then there you go.
Yeah, 100%.
We're both fucking morons.
So again, guys, check us out on Patreon. By the way, if you
yeah.
guys want shout outs on Instagram, you want stickers, you want to be guests on this podcast, which we have coming up next week, not this week.
Yeah,
you guys
alright.
just go to our patreon.com/stillrealafterparty.
Give us your
Totally.
money. Give us your money now, and we will love you forever.
All right, that was a better button up. I felt like you were a homeless guy, and I wanted to roll up my window. You're like, give us your money.
Please,
I'm like, no.
please, sir, could I have your money?
So, yeah, there's that. You can add us on Instagram @StillRealToUs. You can follow us on Twitter @StillRealAP.
Just in case you missed it the first time.
100%.
There
Just
it is
throwing
again.
them all out there.
Yes.
Shout out to It Lives It Breathes for our entrance music. And
Speaking of giving us your money, we also have a Spreadshirt account. shop.spreadshirt.com/stillrealafterparty.
I wouldn't say give us your money. I would rephrase it like, hey guys, we're putting out some products that you might be interested in. And if
Hey
you
guys,
force-
give us your money. Thanks.
Is that working?
I don't know yet. It's a tough marketing scheme, but I'm gonna try it out.
All right, I got you.
It's
straight
worked
heel?
on me before,
Has it?
probably.
Oh, maybe.
I buy a lot of things.
You are wearing a Velveteen Dream t-shirt.
Dude, say my name. Say it.
And
Say it.
I'll say it. Fucking Gold Dust.
All right, fair enough.
Rip off.
I'll take it. You like Velveteen Dream? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I do.
Get out of here with that.
I do. No, 100%, guys. Thank you for listening. Check back next week. Rate, review us on iTunes. Blah, blah, blah. Do everything you do on other podcasts. And as always, peace, love, and leg drops.
Stay iconic.